Jason Myers to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. This will make it into the end zone.
That's okay, so on my coverage on defense, how do I make my linebackers cover outside, or if I take the place on pass outside?
You'll see when you press like the audibles button, you'll see like linebackers, and it'll like show you all that.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off. Pretty decent game.
Moving to the 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
I
Not
shouldn't be
at all
doing
what
this.
they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
And we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bobble him in at varying levels. Because if you have everyone to the line of scrimmage, he breaks through. It's nothing but room.
Dude, Kamara's already in the fucking... Kamara's already fucking hurt.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And some room to work. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Alvin Kamara, Charles, a guy from your alma mater there in Knoxville, and he has developed into a perennial Pro Bowler on the strength of big plays like we just saw there. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
I just want to show you this on
3rd and 6.
I'm going to go find the quickest way to kill this.
Oh.
Look at the bottom.
Shotgun now for Breeze. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was waving as hard as wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days in Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass and you blew coverage on, what did you say?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage. Since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time I'll just walk it out here and hand it to you.
I'm not going to easier with fucking
He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by Lead Canada.
make me question this holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitor, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them.
Yes.
And that's why they get after him early. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And the Saints pressure gets
I told you, you like guard
down
in
for a
Seattle
sack.
can literally just
Not
go off
much a
himself.
quarterback can do there, CD. The
Whenever
pressure was in his face almost
he's on your mind, he's not a
instantaneously.
fucking
Led
like
to a very
stud.
quick
He's good,
sack.
he's just not a fucking stud. So I don't know who the fuck that
Here's
is.
Gibson to punt now as he gets this one away.
I was fucking good.
A 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they're not going to play this conservative. I don't think they had a field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, trying to ice the game, that sort of deal.
I was a screen, and I saw that you had that completely stuff like fucking team.
I got lucky there. Goes out there saying, let's get a field goal. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, but nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Breeze's throw on target to Cook, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. A run for Kamara on 1st down.
Yeah, it was.
Closes out quickly as he's only able to get a
I
yard.
thought it was about to work too.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he's just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
That's the Seahawks 9-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Breeze able to hook up to Jared Cook. And the Saints add on to their lead.
Get ball like that.
Will Lutz for the point after.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to
Worst quarter out
it, and it
playing the
always
Saints, you
results in
have to fucking
touchdowns.
focus on Kamara.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, like, you're going to get wrecked. But then if you don't focus on, like, the tight end or just some fucking random receiver, you're done.
Taking about 7 yards deep.
I don't even play with the Saints.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's
Back when I used to play, like, I
23.
played with the Saints for like half the fucking time.
Yeah.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 9, Wilson flush to his right.
Oh,
Able
dude.
to
They switched
out-muscle
the
it
guy in
as
front. I
he
wanted to
pulls
switch
it
him out.
in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spot right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
I'm trying to not let you
Only a
run.
couple down to the 44.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. That was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 44, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go. Showing it there, picking up the first down.
Is he going off?
No, most coaches are really fearful.
What's the score?
Quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want him to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does. We just saw it there on that scramble.
On first down, Carson, a pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
At the 31, a 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before
Oh my God! What is the flag?
To the right, he
Left in
gets
the
it to
passer, probably.
Lockett. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit it. There's the penalty.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now.
Thank you for running out of bounds, dude.
Incomplete.
Well, you certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working It's Breeze. And that's caught by Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On the gun, it's Breeze. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips back to set. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Not really. It feels like we're to betray.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterback with its own schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to it.
After the interception, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up 2nd down.
No confusion on the coverage.
Throwing again. Wilson forced out to his left. Going for Metcalf. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them with full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. When this radio coordinators really so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, and the precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best play just goes from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the young men. And you have a first down here.
Wait, so everybody's out?
Range down just shy.
So who won? Who's
Everybody you know is out there now. You all your score.
9 seconds to play. Likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is incomplete with the clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Makes it 2nd and 10.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this hook. It's 1 out, half number 1. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So after the incompletion on first,
I got $164 if I play Carson.
the final shot before half for Breeze. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Taking about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
This is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself to try and stay ahead of the pace because you're operating for separation.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt, show them one thing, show them something else.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made here at the 36. And what a first down pick up of 8. They still have to get here because by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Try again after the sack. Wilson.
Whoa, what am I fucking...
He'll throw it
Dude.
back deep over the... And that's caught inside the 35. And
I put things over the top. What is that? Did they come up on that? Like, what is that?
Down is the run commit.
46
Yeah,
yards.
I hit over the
It
top.
doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter.
I know what I'm doing.
Another big play
I know what I
right
just
there.
did.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson.
I know what I did. I keep thinking that right R1 when I hit underneath, or like when I hit front of the middle, I'm thinking I'm controlling the
Second
line.
touchdown of the afternoon. Now the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Boy, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chest
I was just like, fuck, I'm running forward
getting
verticals.
on your horse.
Bro, I literally hit over the top because I knew what you were doing, and it went to fucking
How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was good to see.
The one-hand
He's only
man.
going to make it to the
Sorry, we get this
13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football.
made too much. The difference between this game is you haven't done
You don't get it back to the 20-yard
Huh?
line.
You haven't done any picks.
Yeah.
It's a disappointment. Some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out, try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like you hit green on that play.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Oh, he fucking...
And that will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try to cut down the
Does he really?
And a good
course he
pickup
does.
there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run.
So how do I-
and detecting
how do I
it
control the
and
line?
blocking it and turning it into a nice run.
R3.
And a lot of times you think if you blitz
That's
it,
the
running
right.
play, you're going to smother it.
Defensive line
The
does
blitzers, they come in
left.
a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They run again with Carson. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Not much
How
on
do I
that
control
one,
my
Charles.
secondary?
No, that's
Same
exactly
thing,
the
or-
way to execute.
You'll just sit in that same menu.
Guess correctly that they
Secondary.
would move the ball on the ground,
Yeah.
honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson escaping the pressure right. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Good work after the catch. Going to net of 23 and a first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's what really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, Carson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's into the clear. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's tough. They're starting to mount a good drive. Quarterback lets us guard down for just a moment, and it's going to bite him.
Not just about the game they were here in this third quarter, but that return for 6 points. We now have a game
15
again.
rebounds to assists, 43 points. Wait,
They want you to go for 2, so you'll only be down by a field goal.
that's what his stats are going to look at when we play. 43. Take the play, Gabe.
Oh, look at this. They're not even going to get the 2-point play off. Maybe too much indecision. It's going to cost them 5 yards.
That's fucking stupid.
This certainly feels like they were wanting to go for
Go to
two,
play tie.
weren't really sure they should
Then
go
all the way
for
down to
two.
the bottom.
Do we? And guess what ends up happening?
5-yard penalty.
That's right. Now you probably line up to kick the extra point.
Lutzel looked to add the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National
Stopping on Fortnite tonight.
on EA Sports.
I'm going to hop on something. I don't know if it's
Something.
Warzone or Fortnite. I enjoyed Fortnite. We should have won, but I fucking
Kick
just...
this one
I got all frozy whenever I was like second to last person. I was like, fuck this.
Well, I should have...
I was stuck in a
7
triangle.
yards deep. And he stopped right around where he would have been and gone down to the knee, 8 yards shy of
I had
there
2
for
rockets. I
24.
didn't think anything of it.
We should have played less aggressive
Seattle
on that.
again getting ready to take over offensively. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind down some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You take a charge.
Chris Carson on the carry.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they
Are they really?
the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offense.
Whatever, dude. Okay.
Taking
Whatever, dude.
Brother.
Whatever, dude.
Brother.
I don't know how that works.
just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On second down now, it's Carson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with to rest this game. They've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Where's my guy?
Now left side, a
Where's my
completion is
guy?
tight end.
Who's guarding him?
Down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a first down. Look for second down. If you want to take another shot and try to loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brent, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I know someone has told him by now. And here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you got a nice day running the football. That's what his offensive line is.
Oh my god.
Everybody else is
Find a lot of empty space there. Picking up
Yeah,
the
as soon as
first
I'm done
down
with
at
this,
a
I'll-
20-yard gain.
Everybody else is not my height. What do you want me to do? There's no tall people here tonight.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he gets halfway home for the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is
what it is.
time to be. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand.
How high is the sauce bucket?
Defensive guys, they know if you
There's
get to the end
sauce
zone, this
buckets by
ball
the
game is
sink,
over.
like the clean ones.
Oh, up there? Oh.
Gotta hold him to 3 to keep this around. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Take it in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Oh yeah, should have been done the first time.
Down by 11. A little under
What happened?
2.5 to go.
Just why don't you get a sauce?
Did you get it?
They need 2 scores.
I usually climb up on that bar to put them up there.
Going on first down is Breeze. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football.
Is that Taysom Hill? Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Offensively, after having time to talk it over.
Okay, Drew.
play with Drew. That's why we love the guy.
No time square the slide. He said, nah, fuck that.
Off the gun, it's a run for Camara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. There's Breeze to throw.
Oh, let's try. All 3 timeouts, we got a chance. Here's our chance.
Saints are back within a score.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, game on. Score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
You're going to have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. That's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
On the other side, get that hand steam ready.
I rank committed. I rank committed.
They got it. And that could be an important 2 points to get you back within a field goal. So the deficit now 3 after the huge conversion, but they need to get the football back.
This is where special teams really comes into play because getting the ball back, it starts with this next kickoff. How do they get downfield, either jar it loose or get the ball back themselves?
Here, Katie.
I
told you, Jim.
This game not quite in hand yet.
I didn't say no, I quit.
That reassess where we are. So here's the first and 10 now down inside the 20. Start out on the ground with Carson. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
They picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, you should be in no hurry to run the play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Wilson to Pro. He's got a man.
Nothing I can do, man. Nobody's running.
Pass midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
I was running. Then I just decided to run 4 verts, and
So
then
the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. That's Carson. They'll just play out behind the line. He hasn't seen that much today. Now we got a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to Second and 12, and you have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Wilson going to take the give and keep it himself.
Oh no, he wants the football.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone to the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and just
Yeah, you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a third and long. Here's Carson. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. 4 yards on the pickup there, and it's going to take him down.
Huh? Wow, what's up? You want to play? What time you get off at?
So they're forced to punt on fourth. This one's away. This will depend on the spot as it's
Sorry, bro.